If you've been wondering whether adding a smoke-free policy for your rental properties is a good idea, think about this. It can help you save money.
Any way you look at it, you run a business, and when you can increase profits and lower your costs through a simple policy that's legal and constitutional, it's a great move.
Anytime you can turn over an apartment with minimal expenses, obviously it impacts the bottom line. You could probably incur expenses of $2,500 to $3,000 extra.
Or around $3,400.
You have exceptional expenses for painting, carpet,
sterilizing the unit.
Sometimes even appliance replacement.
The average life expectancy of a carpet is 5 years. The average life expectancy of a carpet in a building that allows smoking is 3.2 years. So you have a net savings of 1.8 years, which is substantial. If you're in the business and you know how much carpeting costs, it's a substantial savings to the owner and the manager.
So you save a substantial amount of money by not having to do that on a turnover.
In the long run, you're going to find out that that's going to help them, their bottom line.
It's what renters prefer.
We know the market's out there. We know there's a demand out there.
And you're offering them that type of environment, that you have that policy in place. I think that's an attractive policy.
On the very first complex, we sent out a letter inquiring to see what our response would be from the remaining residents based on our decision to try to do it. And basically asked residents to respond if they felt they would have a problem with it. We got 0 responses saying that they were opposed to it.
A survey was done with Douglas County tenants in 2005, and one of the findings of that survey that was done was that 70% of those that were surveyed said that they would prefer a non-smoking building to one that allowed smoking.
So we get a really good positive response. There's a small percentage, of course, that are smokers that would have a concern about that, but it has not been substantial.
But I think in the long run, your client's not only going to stay longer in the complexes, but they'll live healthier. It's not tearing up your property and that type of thing. So I think overall, everyone benefits from it. And so being able to have those options is going to be very important.
It helps reduce the risk of smoking-related fires.
I definitely think that the smoke-free policy reduces the risk. I've had 2 complexes that have had fires related to cigarettes being discarded on balconies.
Smoke-free policies do alleviate the risk, or at least lower substantially the risk of fires within the owner's dwelling. Not only does it prevent or could prevent a lot of damage, it also saves you a ton of money on premiums, because insurance companies really do like the fact that you have a smoke-free policy, because that eliminates a lot of their insurable risk.
It may add value to your property.
I think it would be more attractive in business, and even in business terms, if you offer smoke-free environment. So that would be an incentive for them to do it.
If a person is living in a home, if someone is living in an apartment, and the landlord or the owners decide we're going to be smoke-free, they know it makes good sense economically, no question about that, when they have to go back and refurbish. But it also makes good sense in terms of being able to provide a smoke-free environment that will attract other people.
It protects the health of your tenants and employees.
I have asthma and I have allergies, and being around anyone who smokes really causes me to have major problems, which costs me because I'm always sick and at the doctor.
A lot of small children have asthma, and you're going to have triggers, because if you're smoking, you're leaving those toxins all over the house. In bedding, in couches, in carpets, and those are very hard to get rid of.
It feels a lot better, it smells a lot better, and it's an environment that it just seems healthier all the way around.
It's legal.
A lot of times a misconception by landlords is that smokers are a protected class, or that there's a right to smoke. But that's not the case. There are no state, local, or federal laws that restrict in any way a landlord, owner, property manager, or a housing authority from implementing a smoke-free policy for their buildings, including all of their units.
I am Vicki Young, president of MOTAC, the Metro Omaha Tobacco Action Coalition, which is a coalition comprised of various agencies and individuals that address tobacco-related issues here in the community. We encourage all property owners and landlords to visit the website rentsmokefree.org for free resources and other information.